Hey everyone, Tanya Zucco here, coming to you guys from my little home office here, hanging out with the fur kids. Hope you all are doing amazing. Quick topic I wanted to touch on today, and it's something that I've talked about in the past, but it comes up a lot, and it came up again today. And that is the topic of intermittent fasting, and in particular, intermittent fasting when it comes to us women 40, 50 and above. Okay. So often intermittent fasting is said to be not a good thing for women at our age to do. Okay. And I will say that even I might have said that in the past, but only because it has to come with a caution of how you do that fast. Okay. A lot of the generic fasts, the intermittent fasting protocols out there are done and created for our male counterparts. Okay. Um, and, but when intermittent fasting is done correctly, for us women, it can actually be really, really beneficial. Okay. And when I'm using intermittent fasting with my clients, for example, it's just one of the tools in my toolkit. All right. There's other things that have to come into play to make that intermittent fast successful. And really, there are three must do rules in order for you to be successful with intermittent fasting 40 and above. All right. So, hi guys, I'm Tanya Zucco. I am a licensed physician assistant, functional medicine practitioner, and my expertise is helping women 40 and above master their hormones, optimize their health so they can look, feel, and perform their absolute best. Okay. So, let's get back to the topic. So, back to really the three must do's if you are thinking about doing any intermittent fasting. All right. Really, the first rule is you have to make sure you are getting the adequate amount of calories during your eating window. And what that is essentially the window that you are eating. Okay, obviously. Now, that adequate amount of calories is actually, it's a very small window because you don't want to obviously be eating too much and you don't want to be eating too little. All right. And the reason you need to get that adequate amount is so that when you do fast, your body is not in a stress state when you do go into that fasting sort of zone. Okay. The second must do is sync up your fasting with your hormonal cycle as you go through the month. Okay. Super important to do because at different times of the month, different hormones dictate how we feel and how things are metabolized within our body. Now, even if you aren't menstruating anymore, this is still important, okay? Because remember, when we talk about hormones, it's not just estrogen and progesterone. We're also talking about thyroid, and we're also talking about the adrenals, okay? Which are obviously a factor at all ages of life. Not that the other hormones aren't, okay? So very important to cycle or periodize your fasting to sync up with your hormonal cycle as you go throughout the month. And then the third, and almost the most important, although they're all important, the third must do is to make sure you do the right type and timing of fast for your individual hormone levels. That's why testing is so important to know exactly where you are. Because just as an example, if you are in sort of adrenal burnout, your recommended fasting schedule is going to look very different than someone who has normal cortisol and maybe other hormonal imbalances. Okay. And the thing with doing intermittent fasts incorrectly, especially 40 plus, is that doing it incorrectly can not only yield no results, but it can actually make you go backwards in your health and your weight loss efforts, as well as mitigating other sort of symptoms that you're trying to deal with by doing the intermittent fast. So again, it can be really, really great used as a tool in the overall scheme of a complete toolbox, should we say, but it has to be done correctly. So hopefully this was helpful. Thanks for tuning in. And again, if you think this would be helpful for anyone, please do share it. And if you have any questions, definitely reach out and I will catch you guys on the flip side.